Hey everyone, welcome you all. In this video we are going to discuss about the continue statement in Python programming. So in our previous video we have discussed about break statement. So it is somewhat similar to break statement, but it has got few changes. So what are those changes we'll try to cover in this video. Okay, so you can use break statement and continue statement instead of one another as well. So but in few applications you need continue statement itself. Okay, so break statement basically comes out of the loop, but continue statement is used to skip the particular iteration in a loop. So it is slightly different from that of break statement in this context. So that will end the loop itself, but it will just skip a particular iteration and go to the next loop. So let us say, if I take an example, you are executing a for loop, and if we use a break statement there, so let us say there is a number series from 1 to 10, and when the number comes 5, that is when the iteration is on the number 5, then if you use break statement, then it will end the for loop and come to the main program. But instead of using break statement, if you use continue statement, then it will the same scenario, when it is when the count is coming to fifth element, then at that moment it will just skip the fifth element and go to the sixth element. Instead of ending the whole for loop, it will just end the current iteration and go to the next iteration. So like this, it is different from that of break statement. So I hope you got now clear idea about what is the difference between continue and break statement. Now coming to the definition of continue, so continue statement continues with the next iteration, that is it will just skip the mentioned value and jump to the next iteration. So as I mentioned earlier, it will just skip the present value and go to the next value. So the examples which we are going to see are, we'll try to create a list, and when the list element becomes equal to the mentioned item, then skip that item and go to the next one. So we'll try to create a list using the strings. So and we will particularly mention a string. So when the input becomes equal to this string, then you should I will use a continue statement so that you can skip that particular element and go for the next one. So like this, we will use another example for number series as well. So that I will be showing you in the Python shell itself, that is how to do it practically. So before that, I will do a small request for you guys. So if you are new to the channel, please guys hit the like button and subscribe the channel, because we will be updating Python related programs and projects continuously. So thank you for visiting. So let me just open now the Python shell. So I have already opened. So I'm using the latest version, that is 3.8.3. so I will create a new file. So control and you can use shortcut here. So I will just write the first program here, that is I will take a list, that is a list1 variable. So I have named it as a list1, and I will write the elements here. So let us say first element is book, and then I will take a second element, let us say pen. I will take whatever you want, you can take. So these are the just a list element. So I will take next one as pencil, then I will take next one as, let us say, paper. Okay, so these are the some of materials which you are using, or kids using. So I will just go to the for loop here. So how I can use the continue statement, let us say for item, let us say item in list1. So list1, so that the item will be assigned with book, pen, pencil and paper iteratively. Okay, so I just want to check if the item becomes, so if the item is equal to, let us say, pencil, so at that moment you should continue, that is you should skip that element. The meaning of this one is, or else if the item is not equal to pencil, that is I will write in a else condition. Don't forget to put the colon there, so it will throw an error, and indentation you have to give here, so that is one tab space. Then print the item. So if it is not equal to pencil, then I want to print the item. So I will just print item. Okay, So this is the program, that is a simple program. So I will just press Ctrl S and I will save. So let us say I will save it as VV. Then run this one. So I will press or I will hover on the run, then it will show run module, then I will run this one. So pencil, oops, it is showing some error. Let me just where is that error? Oh, I should mention it in a string, so I have given it like this, so it is not taking it as a string. So that's the error. So I will now press Ctrl S and run again. So let us see. Yeah, now it is executed, though it is showing me book, pen and paper. So as you can see in the program, book, pen, pencil, paper is the list which I have entered, but it is skipping the pencil and it is showing other three elements, that is book, pen and paper. So similarly, if you want to skip the last one, then you can give like this. So I will mention it as paper, then I will press Ctrl S again to save the program and I will just run this one. So now you can see it is showing me book, pen and pencil. So there is no need that you should mention this or that, so you can mention any element which you want to skip. So I will just enter the first one itself now. So I will press Ctrl S and I will just run this one. So now you can see it is showing pen, pencil, paper and it is skipping the book here. So like this you can use a continue statement. So if you use instead of this one, that is instead of continue, if you use break, what will happen, let us see. So I will just show you what will happen if you use break here. So it is showing nothing because the book element is the first element here, so it is at the starting of the list itself. So whenever it sees book, then it will further it will not execute this block, so it will execute up to break and it will not execute this one, so nothing will be printed. So if you want to print the elements, let us say up to paper I want to print, so I don't want to print the paper, then you can mention like this. So these three will be printed, book, pen and pencil will be printed and paper will be skipped here. So let us say what will happen. So as you can see, book, pen and pencil is getting printed and paper is skipped here. So now you got the idea how the break statement is different from that continue statement. So it will come out of the this for loop itself, but continue statement will just skip the iteration. So for example, if I take pen, it will be again clear for you guys, so that you will come to know that it is just skipping, it is just not skipping the pen, it is coming out of the for loop itself. So it should just print the book itself now. Okay, so it is now just printing the book because when it sees the pen here, then it will come out of this for loop and these two elements, that is pencil and paper, will not be taken into consideration. So it will break from here and it will come to the main program, that is somewhere here. So if something I could have written here, then it will go to the execute that line of code. So I hope you now got the idea about break and continue statement, that is in clear. Okay, so I will just delete this one and I will try to execute second example, that is I will take values starting from 1. So I will take a list of values. So let us say values is equal to 1 to 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 9, and I will take last element as 10. Okay, then I will use a for loop here for x in values, and what I want to do is if x is equal to, so I will use the if statement. So if you use brackets or if you skip the brackets also, there is no issue. Let me just don't use this itself. So if x is equal to 7, then what should I do is continue. So continue, and in that I will write print x. Okay, so now you just guys comment and pause this video and comment what will be the output of this one. So I hope you've done this one, and I will just save this one again and let us run this. So as you can see, it is executing the program, and it is showing me the output from 1 to 10. But one thing which you should notice is it is skipping the element 7. So you can see 6 is here but 7 is not there. So from this you come to know that continue statement is skipping the particular element. So let us say if I use 1 here, then it should start with 2 and it will go up to the 10. So let me just execute. It is starting from 2 and it is coming up to 10. So you can write like this as well. So you can write a print statement. Let us say uh, I will write you are skipping the mentioned element using continue statement. Okay, so if I run this one, let us say what will happen. So nothing more changes will be happening. So just it will show you are skipping the mentioned element using the continue statement, and these are the rest of elements which are there in the series. So like this you can use a continue statement to skip a particular or a pinpointed value in a whole string or a whole a series of numbers. So I hope you like this video and found it useful. Please guys, if you are new to the channel, hit the like button and subscribe the channel, because we will be uploading the Python related videos continuously. So that is basically for the absolute beginners what we will be uploading. So as and when we move across our Python series, I will be uploading more complex programs. So I will at the end of this session or this lecture series, we will see some of the real world examples that is basically used to communicate using the Python programming. So that will be like a mini projects for a student, so that we are going to see. So stay with us, stay connected, so that you can do a help for us as well. So subscribe the channel. Thank you, thanks for watching.